We have with us Dr. Kadira Petiagoda, who is a geopolitics expert, former diplomat and author, joining us live from London, the UK. Welcome to the program. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having
me. Do you think that the ceasefire will hold amid these ongoing hostilities?
Well, I think it's already not holding. Obviously, the fact that Israel, it would have meant that Israel fights Iran potentially alone, means that it was something that was unlikely to happen. But I think more fundamentally, what's important is that it won't hold because there are certain non-starters for the US within Iran's 10 points. So firstly, you've got the withdrawal of troops from the Gulf. This would crystallize the US not being the Middle East's hegemon anymore and would signal the end of US global hegemony and the petrodollar, which is strategically enormous and something difficult for the US to renege on. Secondly, you've got accepting Iranian control of Hormuz, which would also be difficult for the US to reverse if it means that Iran can solidify its physical control as well as establish processes with other states. And thirdly, you've got compensation, which is difficult for the US to take back. So in terms of two countries and two sides which don't trust each other, negotiations always require verifiable confidence-building measures. So from Iran's perspective, it's unlikely to allow these points to not be met, and it would likely insist on these.
And if the US does not budge on those topics of enrichment or Lebanon, what options does Iran really have?
Well, it has several options, I guess. It can keep hammering Israel, which is running out of interceptors and seeing large-scale protests and potentially leading to a somewhat of a regime change there. It can keep hammering the Gulf states until they follow follow Iraq's lead and expel US troops. Some of them are facing uprisings as well, like Bahrain, which could face a regime change. Iran can continue its control over the Strait of Hormuz, allowing only friendly countries through and causing the price of oil to skyrocket in the West. But I think the backdrop to all of this is the backing of Russia and China, including against a potential Israeli nuclear strike on Iran.
Now, has the contradiction in claims over the inclusion of Lebanon, has this raised questions on Pakistan's role as a mediator?
Yes, well, I think Iran, Pakistan, and now the Europeans are also asserting that Lebanon was in the agreement. It was in the Pakistani PM's tweet, which would have been approved by Washington before it went out. And this is something that Tehran would have insisted on as well, because it sees Hezbollah as inseparable from its deterrence network. But I think the broader issue with Pakistan as a mediator is that the current Pakistani government came to power with US backing after the overthrow of Imran Khan. And a mediator needs to be completely independent of both sides. It needs to have some kind of leverage that it can exert over both sides. So ideally, a mediator in this role would be an independent great power.
Dr. Kadira Petiagoda, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
The world moves fast. Power shifts. Unexpected developments. Changing alliances. Every day brings a new headline. But headlines are only the beginning. Because behind every story, there is context. There are consequences and there are questions worth asking. Find the answers, understand the story, take on the world. This is Himkor Saroya for Firstpost Vantage.